Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors.
Welcome to another fun-filled episode of PDR Tool Time. Today's episode is number 255. I'm John Ristrom, right alongside Daniel Grom, Vince D'Alessandro, Hudson Tanzi, and off to my right, we've got a couple of guests that we're going to keep quiet for a couple of minutes, but man.
But if they're watching the video, they can totally know now.
Yeah.
But if you're listening, sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you. You didn't see all the
There's
good
no
stuff.
more surprises, John.
I know. I keep
can
forgetting about that. It's on video. I don't. Yeah, it's been a long week. I can't see out of
You
my
can't show up
contact.
naked anymore.
I'm just gotta be like, I got my grandpa glasses here. If I start going Grom on this thing, you guys just snap your fingers or something. I'll wake up.
Yeah. We got to
So I've
Grommy.
got exciting news.
Oh, wait, we can't hear you.
What? You can't-
Lean closer to your left ear.
My microphone's not working. I had to put my office
But
back together. I just
your earbuds aren't working either. Your earbuds are off too.
Well, Daniel,
Daniel anymore, did he?
at your age, it's okay to have equipment malfunctions, brother. We're here.
You didn't
for
take your blue pill?
He forgot his blue pill before the show.
Can you hear me now?
A little better.
It's better.
Loud and
You're
clear.
doing it. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. We
All
got you.
Okay, so what do we guys? What's the topic tonight, guys? We got a couple guests. I know this is. We might as well jump into it because really, it's going to be a lot of questions
It's gonna
and
be a long topic.
it's going to be a long topic, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I decided.
Hold on. Do we have any follow up on last week's episode? Any questions, concerns, or with all those tools that were shown, that people seem to be liking what they were seeing. A lot of tools were, on display.
Let's see. Jim Mitchell did get those body bags, and he was incredibly impressed. He posted about that. So I've seen that. I finally got my hand on those KOs. Those KOs from Abracadabra that Stanislav made a video on.
Right.
I haven't got to personally use them yet, but they feel incredible. They feel fantastic. And I was not expecting the kind of quality they have. So.
And Toledo, he did a little video on the airbags as well, on a fender dent that he had kicked in for one of the technicians. So yeah, they're starting to get people are getting them and making little videos about them. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even David White posted tonight 2 tool companies saying like Toledo's video of him using the Camauto crimp tools was the very reason why he bought those tools. And if you're a tool company, you need to start making videos for your tools.
I saw that video, and that edge. I mean, he fixed that edge within seconds with that crimp tool.
Yeah, because I'm usually hitting that thing with the yellow side of my Craftsman hammer to get that flat, and then kind of making something happen. But
That tool works great.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's where we come in. If you are a tool company and you want us to make some videos to help you out, if your tool doesn't suck, we'd be more than happy to help you with that. If your tool doesn't suck, we probably won't say anything about it.
Well, if your tool sucks, I still want to try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to try it out and then tell you, hey, this sucks.
Jeez.
John likes tools to suck.
Do what?
I'm like,
Who doesn't like a good sucking tool?
Wait,
Maybe I got that backwards.
Yeah. So moving on.
Moving on. Now let's get guys going.
So if you've been online at all, you have been seeing this thing called DREAM. And it is an acronym.
Dent,
and it means
repair, Expo, and more.
And more. IMAS for our Spanish listeners. And what? Don't shake your head at me, Vince. Everyone can see that now.
Man, come on.
All right. So we want to know more about it. it's going to be kind of a first of its kind. So we decided to bring the two guys on who are going to be making it happen, and we are going to grill them with some questions because we're skeptical. You guys are probably skeptical, so let's remove that skepticism by talking to them. So we got Dave Streen, Don Cavanaugh here on the show so we can figure it out.
Can we call you the Dream Team?
Oh,
Huh?
That'd be awesome. So
that's
The
fantastic.
team from Dream.
about 2 years ago, Don got hit with hail and he put on a chalkboard the dream team that he was going to bring in. So that's perfect. That's perfect.
Dream Team 19.
Oh, that's weird. I don't remember getting a call.
I mean, neither.
Sorry,
you didn't?
I was
'Cause
first
I
on the
did.
list and I didn't get to go. So,
No, I've got all the web pages up. So as you guys are discussing, if we need to share
Okay.
screens or anything like that, I do have all your web pages up.
awesome. And that stuff's changing and evolving. This is all coming together really quickly. I do want to kind of jump right in and kind of display any rumors and get to how this all started and everything. So this has been in the works and been in talks and everything over a year ago before COVID. This isn't a response to or reaction to the show Big MTE canceling or anything. You guys know that there's not a tech on the planet that likes MTE more than I do. I mean, that's my favorite time of the year. My business depends on them. It's just I've been going for 2 decades, and it's I absolutely love it. So this isn't anything to do with that. Hopefully this becomes something that helps support our in-person shows and support what's going on in the industry, much like you guys do with your podcast. So that's the first thing that I kind of wanted to address. And yeah, you said the acronym perfectly. So I was originally kicking around names and everything. I'll share this real quick because I think it's kind of funny. Is I was originally thinking, I was like, well, we could do Dent Repair Tools and Information Trade Show. Oh, nope, not going to have Dr. Dents. so, and then we came up with Dream. And again, I wanted to spell out, that it doesn't have to do with John Badine's Dents and Dreams podcast and stuff like that. It's just coincidence that the acronym fit, and I loved it and everything else before I was aware of that and stuff. So just kind of wanted to spell those things in publicly. So what is it? It is basically hopefully going to be the biggest PDR get together online that's ever happened. So much like there's 6 of us here in a Zoom call, it's going to be that, exponentially.
Okay. For you guys out there, if you go to dentrepair.com is the website.
Now, Don and yourself, you've been dreaming this up for 2 years, basically, or
A little over a year.
a little over a year, because I know you guys do have a little bit of business together with other stuff, and you guys have probably been, contemplating doing this, and what better time, really? All of us obviously were very disappointed with the closing, or not the closing, but the
Postponement.
Of both MTs at this point. We've missed out on 2. And not only do we technicians go there to gain access to tools and new tools and new ideas and education, but we also go for the camaraderie and everything else. So
yes, exactly. Networking. And I talked to Sheldon today with MTE, and they're very hopeful that the next Vegas will be a reality. So they're obviously as disappointed as we are and everything. So
sure. Now, is this something you and Don are working with together with MTE at all, or is this like a solo thing?
Yes, we're not sure exactly how the collaboration is going to work, but it's going back and forth every day, and they're helping us with the speaker section of it and everything. So yeah, it's like I say, I love MTE. I want to make sure I'm not stepping on toes or anything like that. I will never have an in-person trade show, anything like that. So just like I said, right out of the chute, want to be transparent there.
The way it kind of came up a little bit in our discussion a year plus ago was basically thinking about, we only get about 300 to 3,500 people that come to MTE, and we love seeing every one of them, of course. But this was different because we just thought, across the world, there's so many Dent guys. What is that number, guys? Do we know? Is it 30, 40,000, 50? Who the hell knows, right? We just really don't know at the end of the day. But there's guys from other countries and all over that I've been involved with for years, and you guys probably have as well, through Messenger. It's just an amazing thing. But, all these guys have not had a chance to go. So we were thinking this would be an incredible thing, and nothing to do, of course, with the other. But we were just thinking, man, it would be so great to have these, everybody to be in one place at one time, for everybody to see, and, jumping in and out of education rooms, and maybe some tech tips going on. And then maybe, someone sees a tech tip and they happen to be in there, and they go, hey, wow, what's that tool? Oh, I'm going to just hop right on over to Anson and buy that tool, because I never even knew that tool would work in that situation, right? So now we're reaching a much broader audience than the 3,500 that come. And then a lot of times what happens is I've worked in a few booths there, and with Bill, with Pro PDR and stuff, and people would come and they go, oh man, it cost me $1,500 to get here. That one's on my list, but I can't afford it. And, or I just went over here, and because you guys were busy in the booth. And so I went over there and I spent my money, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to buy that this year sometime. Right. So now for me as a buyer, I would love to be able to actually vet out everybody's tools and really decide what I want. And I can do that all in one spot. I can say, well, I've got $2,000. I'm going to do this, this, and this, instead of walking halfway around the room and be like, I'm out. I'm going up to the room. I'll be at the bar. This is great. This type of thing. So there's a lot of really great things that way too. But just the camaraderie of all of us together, I think, would be just amazing to have all the tool manufacturers in one room, all supporting one another. And just really, these breakout rooms are going to be fantastic. Like, if you want to go jump into a room and talk to someone, if it's the end of the night, whatever, but there's going to still be the speakers. There's going to be the education. We're going to be able to bring in so many people from areas that were never able to even be involved with something like this. It's just going to actually expand our business. And I think it'll actually help the in-person stuff, because people really understand what we've tried to be doing here and what they've been missing out on for so long, but just generally just reaching the whole world, in a nutshell, to bring us all together. All better technicians, really.
Let me ask you this. Paint a picture of how all this is going to go down.
Okay, let me talk. Yeah, I'll answer that in a sec. But
yep.
Yeah, so Don and I are both big believers in the rising tides raise all ships. So we're trying to create a frictionless thing that, like you said, everybody in the world can partake on and learn and better themselves. And as each individual tech gets better, the whole industry gets better. So a little bit about the actual trade show. What it's going to be is. Again, it's on dentrepair.com. You get your attendee pass. And so once you're registered as an attendee, the day of the show, which is going to be April 17th. So you have tax day, you've got the Friday off, and then Saturday is the big show. Okay, one-day event. You're going to log in the morning, and you're going to be in what's known as the virtual lobby. Okay. Much like you'd walk into the lobby of a live event or something. You're going to see what everything is. But it's going to be really positioned and laid out really well, so you know where you are and where you want to go. So you'll have a featured new product spotlight. So you go in there and you can see all the new tools and services and everything that everybody in the industry wants to show you guys and highlight. The next tab will be the speakers. So you can go in there and you can see all the itinerary for when people are speaking, and you can go and see their booths and whatever. So if David Haxton's speaking, you click on his name, boom, you're in his booth, you're watching his presentation. So it's all on the same day, but you don't have to be in the education all the time. So it's going to be kept up. All the presentations will be live at their specific times, but they're all going to be recorded so that techs can go back over the next 30 days and view those at their own time. So instead of drinking from the fire hose and getting all this knowledge and you don't know what to do with it all and you wind up applying very little of it, This way you can go in and study one speaking thing, back it up, play it forward. You can watch it two times, whatever, and really strategize. How am I going to apply this knowledge to my business and make myself better? And then go in a few days later and do the same thing with another one that interests you. Yeah.
So my wife actually did a seminar like this, a virtual one. And I walked past her and I watched her over her shoulder. I go, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm at an expo." And I was really, really impressed. So I know what you're talking about. And it's a lot more impressive if it's the same kind of situation.
It's going to be. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen or done. These are the guys that do TED Talks. The Cancer Association uses them. Like these are the software that the big boys play with.
Yeah. So it's actually legit. It's really cool.
Yeah,
the way
you're going to see.
It all set up.
Yeah, it is, and it's really, really neat. And you'll see our sponsors. You'll see featured exhibitors and everything. So then when you click on the trade room floor, you'll have a list of all the exhibitors. The featured ones will be at the top. Then they'll be in alphabetical order. So you click on one, you go into their booth. So I'll just use me for an example, so I don't single anybody out or whatever. So you see the Edgy Tools booth. You click on the Edgy Tools. You're going to go into my booth. It's going to be just like as I'm at a live trade show, I'm going to have a banner above my head with my logo and whatever. It's going to be that digitally above me. Some booths will just have pre-recorded video playing. Some will have a live like Zoom, but it's not Zoom, where it's just like this. We're interactive. People can ask questions. I can demo my tools and show you what's new and what's cool and all that, how things work. Some booths will have both going. Then there's different chats, just like we have chat on Zoom, and I can send you guys messages and whatever, and I can pick, hey, I want to just tell Daniel that Don's hat's backwards or something. Like, I can do that privately, or I could share it with a group. It'll be that sort of a functionality. There'll be all kinds of helpful links, downloads that vendors can have if they have a digital catalog or anything like that. So all of that's built in. You'll be doing, and I'm trying to convince, obviously I'm not going to strong arm anybody or whatever, but I'm trying to really convince all the exhibitors to offer free shipping or discounted shipping so that guys can just go around and shop as they please and everything will just be delivered and just as good as an in-person handoff or whatever. So we're even going to have a virtual bar. We're going to have specialty hangouts. So there'll be a Hail networking group. Oh, Daniel's jaw dropped on the for those of you not watching the video.
Wait a second. Can we have
Virtual
a PDR? Can we have a PDR Tool Time drunk tool review?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't we have that every week?
Yeah. And so yeah, all kinds of this fun stuff.
We just have to keep the tradition going, Vince.
Yeah, of course. I know this is the first.
Wear our robes.
Yeah.
I'm talking to guys about having a booth with just live demos going on where they explain stuff like that. What's going on? Just there's so much going on. It's amazing. There's a functionality we're calling it gamification, where there's going to be points given out, and as long as you're present, you can win all kinds of cool prizes and awards and tools and everything. So an example of that might be, hey, if you go to all the featured exhibitors, you get this many points. If you attend every booth, you get this many points. If you watch this live speaker's whole presentation, you get this many points. So we can kind of steer people and guide people where they should be going so that they have the best experience at the trade show, as well as our exhibitors get the most attention and everything like that. So really trying for a win-win.
I know it's kind of early. Well, actually, it's January. It's towards the end of January at this point. But what are we looking at right now as far as like tool manufacturers that have signed up?
So we're still talking to everybody. Everybody's got questions. It's just like you guys. Like we just announced this. We didn't talk to anybody in advance, really. So that's why you can tell my voice. I've almost lost my voice. Like I had to tell Don. I'm like, all right, I'm being silent for an hour before the show so I get my voice back. There's some that are all in already. There's some that say, hey, I want to see what's going on. There's almost, and just so that everybody knows, like this is a good example, is everybody's kind of reacting and doing their own thing because of MTE being, taken off the table. For instance, A1's going to be doing their second virtual expo thing. They're calling it, with Facebook Live and all that. Todd from Carbon Tech is going to be doing a lot of lives and specials. Same Finesse Tools, a lot of them. Everybody's going to try and do their own thing and everything, and that's going to be great. We're going to try to be cheerleaders and help guide everybody so that you're not scrambling to find what's going on and where, and everybody trying to see on Facebook and guys missing out and everything. So we're going to try and help support all of those individual things going on, which are all happening pretty much, beginning first week of February, when the show was going to be. So again, we'll try and be a central resource to help make sure that people are seeing all that stuff, but then you'll have a couple months in between, and then you'll have the dream event. So I think, if that answers the question, a lot of people are figuring out their stuff. Anson's open house, they're having 2 open houses. Yeah. Their new East location, as well as the 25-year anniversary, and their new, grand, facility. So
awesome.
Is there any way to do a walkthrough?
There will be, but not yet. So, and it's that chicken and the egg thing. I won't use anybody's logo without their permission and commitment yet. And I don't want to give you a walkthrough of your logo here kind of stuff. So I want to wait till it fills up on both sides a little more. And then, yes, we're going to be showing examples of what the floor is going to look like, examples of what some of the booths are going to look like, all of that sort of stuff, which we know. Don and I were just talking about this a couple hours ago. Everybody's visual. They want to see it, and but again, like, that's kind of the Expo platform is kind of the airplane, and nobody cares about the airplane. You care that you're going to Hawaii. You care about the destination. Shalak cares about the airplane, but that's And so, but again,
totally thinking in my head, like, you've never met Dave Shalot, have you?
Exactly. So, but no, it's more about being on the beach with your family and the experience and stuff like that. So I like to say, like, this isn't my dream or Don's dream. This is all of our dream, like, event. So it's not going to be the same without everybody there. So, and I've been just blessed and humbled with how many people have reached out saying, hey, whatever you need, I'll support it and stuff. And, it's just been amazing. And just, I'm so grateful for everybody, but that's what makes the magic happen is,
that's one of the main reasons why we wanted to have you guys on early with this, even though you've just announced it early. We want to get behind you, support you guys, and get them out ahead of time, and get a little bit of train going here. And awesome. We're all good friends here. We've known Don and Dave for forever. Don, you feel like you've known him since you were 12, even though it's like 3-4 years. These are great guys that do wonders for this industry, and it's nice to see that you guys are stepping up. There's obviously going to be a lot of questions along the way, both from vendors and from attendees, because this is nothing that has been done yet. That any of us have seen.
And again, removing all of the friction of guys from other countries, guys from other states. Like, if you look, the expos that we've had in different countries put on by different hosts and whatever, the bulk of the people going there are from that region. Right. This gives it ability. We're working on setting up translators and everything to the point where hopefully even our lives like this will be translated into the different countries and stuff. I can't promise that yet, but that's how deep we're going on this.
That's crazy.
We're trying to make it the most, come together, best thing ever, super exciting and like that. So I
speak Klingon in case you need.
Very good.
Put it out there.
If you can get 50 other Klingons, we will translate into that.
Figure it out. One thing that I think is super, super cool about this software, guys. So let's say, Daniel, you see a cool tool and you wanna hear about that a little bit. You click on that. It's going to start at the beginning, right? And then Vince wants to see it 5 minutes later. He clicks on it. You're still watching it, but it's going to start at the beginning for Vince.
It's on demand for each user.
Software is so amazing.
Not looped video.
blows my mind what they're able to do. And it's just so fun because it'll be so interactive. And we were talking about like everybody having their own thing, which we're going to support 100% and we love it. But isn't it funny how when you go into the grocery store, as we were talking about earlier, and you go in for milk and you come out with about 20 things, you're like, holy shit, So with all the vendors there together,
Got the milk.
will probably sell more than you think they will as a combined unit, especially when they're seeing like the videos, like I mentioned and stuff. Like, oh, I need that. I want that. That's a cool new thing,
On those videos now, do the exhibitors need to pre-record those videos?
So there's a couple things going on with that, and it's kind of like I was talking to Christina earlier today. It's as much or as little as you want to do. I can go into a trade show. I've seen guys even at the National Hardware Show, one of the biggest show I've ever walked into. There were just two guys sitting at a table. Then across the hall, there's a company that spent $60,000 outfitting their booth. It's as much or as little as you want to do. So what I suggest is to do a two-tiered approach. Go in. So like for me, I'll use Edgy Tools again as an example. I'm going to hire
no-roll knockdown.
Yep. So I'm gonna hire a professional videographer to come out, and I'm going to do demos of all my tools. Okay. And talk about them. Okay. Chop that up. So it's going to make my dream of booth that much better, but it's also going to repurpose and make my website that much better. My social media marketing so much better. Everything's going to come together because of the effort I'm putting forward for this. So what this kind of does is puts a deadline of, I'm not an idiot. For 5 years, I've known that if I put out videos of my tools, they're going to sell better. How many videos have you seen? Maybe 2? There's a disconnect there, and it's never a deadline to get that done. So this is going to kind of help level up the whole online shopping experience and marketing for everybody involved.
And you only have to say it once. And the reason why I bring up the no roll is I was next to you at the booth and I watched you demo the no roll knockdown for 8 hours a day.
Yep.
So now you only have to tell about it once.
Exactly. So, and then there will be stuff where, and again, the more you set up and the more you pre-plan, the better it's going to be. But you can show up on the day of, and just, what I've been suggesting to everybody is set up your exhibition booth in your office, in your shop, wherever you have good internet, like you're at the trade show, and then present in front of that. And that's going to give the whole dream show more of the feel of the trade, the in-person trade show and stuff. And again, they can record that stuff when they're live and repurpose that content as well. So it's going to help answer everybody's questions and level up the whole industry's, example. We were talking about that with another exhibitor yesterday. Is I can remember back in the day of before the internet and everything, I'd get A1's catalog in the mail, and I'd be like, a new tool company, and I'm flipping through and circling everything like I didn't know this place existed, and now my world tripled for tools and stuff. So there's still guys out there that don't know all of us. Like I love to think that people know the Edgies and the Stanliners, like we're household names, and in certain circles we are. But the majority of the industry isn't on Facebook. They're not going to the trade shows. They have no idea we exist.
No.
You walk into most body shops in America and ask them what an Edgy Tools is, and they're not going to have any idea. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't have the penetration we think we do in our heads. This is going to help change that.
Yeah, I noticed that just working at Anson, how many people that don't know a lot about our industry. We have a kind of pegged at about 5%. 5% of technicians are on the internet.
Yeah, and I wasn't picking on Stanliner in any way. I'm just throwing out examples. You guys know.
I'm going to pick on Daniel, though, because Daniel's not checking the chat at all. And, brother, you need to give me the ability to screen share. Screen share!
I wasn't checking the chat either. There it is. Okay.
We'll post
but it's going to be just like this, like I said, like I think I've talked to every one of you on the phone recently. I haven't looked in your eyes and seen you guys, and we got some badass facial hair going. Sorry for the guys listening to just the audio. So and I just shaved last week because my beard was whiter than yours, John. So my wife said I'm looking way too old, so I shaved it off. And I did kind of the tombstone where I had the mustache and the little soul patch thing going. And then right after that, everybody started posting the monkey beard thing, the monkey tail beard. And I'm like, oh, I would have totally done that. So that's in my back pocket for the next time I grow the beard.
Nope. All right, this pop your. I'm going to go ahead and throw up your.
But yeah, so basically, just looking at each other's eyes and talking to everybody, it's a different experience. Yeah, it's not as good. I'd love to hug you guys and cheers a beer with you and stuff, but this is the next best thing, kind of.
All right.
So for guys out there that want to do education, should they reach out to you and you personally, or what should
first step is reach out to me and say, hey, raise your hand. Hey, I'm interested. I want to be a speaker. And then I'm kind of the first buffer and go between, help you figure out your title and your topic. And then I'm handing you off over to Kathy with Mobile Tech Expo, and they're taking it from there. And it'll be bouncing back and forth. I'll obviously be involved, and Jack Bucknell is going to be involved in helping people make sure they have the right photo and video and audio equipment and whatever, and best practices and all that.
So to reach out to you, do you want them to use this contact?
The contact form is perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to send everybody there, because with Edgy Tools and with the other stuff, or you can reach out to info@Dent Repair, which I think is where this form actually goes. And that's info at dentrepair.com. But again, use the contact form right there. It's simple. It's easy. We don't ask for much information at all. That's the first step for everything. Again, we've got a million questions. I'm trying to field them as quick as I can, but I feel terrible. People are texting me and I'm 12 hours later replying to their texts and stuff. Like, it's just nonstop. So I'm going as fast as we can.
Is it okay? So let me get this. Is it a 1-day event or 2-day event?
So it's a 1-day event. So it was originally going to be 2 days, and we decided that's too much on-demand video. 2 days in person is grueling and exhausting for anybody that's exhibited, but you have the adrenaline of the hugs, the handshakes, you're moving, there's commotion of the crowd, there's all this extra stimulus, stimulus keeping you going and getting you through it. Sure. And we thought being on camera that long is going to be too much. And we thought that as for the attendees, it was going to take some of the pressure away. I'll check that out later or whatever. So we wanted to kind of condense it and leave people wanting more a little bit, where you can do everything you want to do, but you really got to be active and engaged. We want this. So that's why we decided to make it a 1-day deal. And again, it's mainly ease on the exhibitors, and the exhibitors can bring their A game for one full day versus, we didn't want to see, hey, be back in 15 minutes, whatever, all over the place. We thought that would be bad. So that's where we did it.
Actually, that's why I was thinking of it, because you're talking about something that's going to travel over many different time zones. You're going to
many time zones. And exactly. And we know this is going to be during hail season for the U.S. And stuff. So there's a lot to consider there. So that's why we get 1 day was just about right. So John, are you working the screen? If you scroll back up there, that is kind of a rough rendition of what the Edgy booth will look like. So obviously it's all going to be more refined and clean, but if you click on the little magnifying glass for me, John. Okay. So if you, from the trade show, from the lobby, if you click on the booth, this is kind of where you're going to see something like this. You'll have a branded banner at the top. And again, this isn't totally polished. We just threw it together to have something on there. But you'll have whatever your booth looks like. You'll have your live video or pre-recorded video playing there. You can schedule a private meeting, which means you're going to do a breakout Zoom. It's not Zoom, but I call it that because it's what people know. The breakout video chat with the person. There's some documents and links, so you can download a digital catalog. You can go to click on the link, all that stuff.
Left side.
Different company representatives. So if you want to chat with just one of them, you can do that. On the right side, you can see a little chat going on there. That'll be the public chat.
Now the people.
Yeah.
You've got chat here where it'd be just an open chat where all text can read. If you're clicking on the people, that would be more of a private chat.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when I was pinging Daniel to give me screen share ability.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, and then at the top, so this will be the live. Then you click on the video and you can watch the pre-recorded videos, company details for if you want to learn a little bit more about us, whatever. The special show offers, and then the products, which will link to their website to check out and buy. Now, go ahead.
As an exhibitor, if they're clicking on the special offers and everything, then it's just taking you straight into your own company's shopping cart, right?
Yes, exactly. So, and the links will be direct. So we'll use my no roll, for example, again. So if you watch a video on the no roll, or you click on the products, you click on the no roll, it'll take you to the no roll on edgytools.com, so you can add it to your cart. So awesome. We really want to make a nice seamless transition to help everybody that way. And that'll be in a new window. So you just, when you're done shopping, you close the window, you're back in the show. So then on the left, under the Dream logo, you've got the lobby, the stage where the speakers are, different sessions. Networking is where, and those names will change as we customize and everything. That's where you'll be able to go in and say, hey, I want to be in the Hail networking group, or I want to be in the retail shop networking group. I want to be in the virtual lounge, bar, whatever, all those kind of things. So it's going to be, like I say, real simple navigation to go in and out of booths, to chat with different people, to find people, and stuff like that. So you can, we're even talking about having a virtual lunchroom. So when you break for lunch, go into the lunchroom and find other friends that you want to chat with and have a sandwich with them.
Vince wants to know if there's going to be a virtual strip club.
Haven't talked about that one yet.
That's what he says here.
But I know it would be popular.
That's a whole different website.
It's actually Hooters.
Now on the on the bottom, on the left-hand side, you got My Talks and My Booth. What's those?
So, you know what? I'm not even sure. That'll probably be hidden. I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
My team is building all the. I'm not the smart one putting it all together. I've got people doing that. So,
gotcha.
And that's where, like I say, it's constantly evolving and changing. And, but that's kind of what a booth will look like. And again, it may change a little bit and get refined and tweaked or whatever, but just to give you an idea. But again, it's not really about the platform. It's about us all getting together as an industry and as friends and being able to connect and experience it, something that we've never experienced before. So,
all right, let's talk about this part.
Go ahead.
So this page is actually going to go away in the morning, to where when you click on the attendee, it's going to take you right to the next page. So if you click on that blue button, register now, we're getting rid of this page. So it'll take you right to here, where you just buy your ticket. And like you see right now, it's a third off, or it's only a third of the price to get in. And the price will keep going up as we get closer to the day. So we definitely, this is as cheap as it's ever going to get. So early bird specials, jump in there and grab it. So, and actually by the time this goes live, I guess this will all be fixed and dialed in.
Yeah. We're about a week away.
Yeah, that's right. So,
well, the early bird price that you all missed out on, if you missed out on it, was $35. So you snooze, you lose.
And we were actually giving away a lot of tools at the beginning to get a lot of people signed up, and most of those were gone. And by the time it got down to the tips and extensions, I said, well, we're better off just lowering the price and making it simplified. So a lot of the people that jumped on already, not even knowing what the hell they were signing up for, just blind trust, got some free no rolls and some free tip bundles and stuff like that. So
on the flip side of this, guys, they there's vendors in Europe that in Japan and stuff like that we've never seen, that they've never made it to MTE. They're probably thinking the same thing. I'm hoping that our European buddies and our Eastern Bloc people and all those people are going to get on there. And
don't forget Australia.
Australia mites.
Oh, so are you, Dave, are you reaching out to those tool companies all across the world?
I am, and nobody be mad at me. I'm doing it as fast as I can. But yes, I was supposed to talk to Kevin Andrews today, and I'm so bad at time zones. He's like, I turned into a pumpkin an hour ago. I'm going to bed. So we're talking on Friday. But yeah, we're reaching out to everybody. Don spent 3 days fine tuning his list and prioritizing and how we're going to call everybody and everything. And people are calling into us. It's just been, like you say, overwhelming and amazing, but all in a fantastic way.
So you've done a fantastic,
like 80 companies, which I can't even believe. I would have said before I started it, I wouldn't have said 80 companies. I would have said 20. There's so many. Yeah. Yes. It's crazy. No, we haven't reached out to, 95% of them, but it's just amazing how many there really are when you start looking in Europe and different areas. You're like, holy, like, right, Vince? Like, what?
How about, how about, like, one of the things I love about going to MTE for is going to the non-PDR companies and finding things that I will incorporate into my business, like ceramic coating. I can remember back in the day was first seen at MTE, it seemed like. Any thoughts on that?
So I do have about 10 or 15 detailers and different types of things on there, like Greats and Meguiar's and IGL and a lot of stuff like that. We haven't reached out to them yet, but we're kind of like, I'm glad to hear your feedback on that, because we're like, should we mix that in or should we not? Or
man, I would love to have a virtual class that I could see like the proper way to do like a compound and buff or whatever, because usually those classes are going on the same time the Dent classes are or whatever.
They are.
And so, but I would love to know more so that I don't swirl the crap out of some paint after, something or other. Right. So it'd be great to do that. Now, I don't want to, we still got a little bit more show to do. We want to bring you guys on. You guys have been incredibly thorough. Is there anything else that you want anyone listening to this to know about before we kick you out of here?
So first thing I'd like to say, and what's on the screen right now is a great example, is I was doing all the Facebook stuff versus my team, and I kind of did a shit show. I created groups for the exhibitors and groups for the attendees. I did all this stuff. Then I was creating events. I was creating events in different groups, like the PDR retail shop group. And then guys were telling me, hey, I can't share this. It's locked. It's only for members of the group. And so then I finally, I think it was last night, created actual page for the event and threw this event up. But we haven't invited people to that one yet. So I'm trying. So again, the point I'm trying to make is, if I spam the hell out of you, please don't be upset with me. It was all my fault. But I promise I'm backing off, and I'm doing it more strategically now. So it'll be a consistent flow of valuable information versus, spam. You don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So again, my apologies for that. That was part, mostly excitement and adrenaline and just, back me up, and I took off.
According to Vince, you've only pissed off 5% of the PDR texts, because that's the only texts that are online.
Yeah.
So
at 5%, how many are listening to our show? About 2,700 a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see that.
So
That's good.
For those of you who do live on the Facebook, you can just look at you can either put in the Dream or the Dent Repair Expo and more in the search, and you will find their Facebook page.
Awesome.
So
here we go. Sorry, Don, what was that?
Or just dentrepair.com.
Yeah.
And I personally look at every single ticket being bought. And one of the things that shocked me was I figured it'd be all names that I knew from Facebook and everything. and it's not even a quarter of them. And it's funny because I have 5,000 Facebook friends, and I'll search the name, and I'm not friends with the person that bought the ticket. So I'm like,
well,
what?
Excuse us. We got you to come on this show with 5,000 friends.
Not where I was going, but you know what I mean. I'm just shocked.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't.
I'm always shocked when I'm in a room with Dent guys that I've never met before.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to be and go everywhere where they're hanging out. And I spend my life reaching out to guys and starting really, friendships and stuff like that. And so that's where I was going with it more, is that it's surprising how much bigger. Every time I think I know every tech, I don't know a fraction of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we go. Nuts and bolts, and then we'll get you guys out of here before we run out of time. What's the date that it's on?
April 17th. It's the Saturday
April 17th.
after your taxes are due.
Okay, the Saturday after your taxes are due. So everyone's already going to be drunk when they get there. Okay, so April 17th, Saturday. Everyone remember that?
Yep. One more point I want to make is video is optional. Okay, so if people are nervous about being on camera and stuff, you just don't have your camera on. Okay. You can still go and enjoy the show. You can still do the chat. You can be a fly on the wall. You can be as vocal as you want to be. So it's if people are intimidated by that, I don't want that to be a reason they don't grab their ticket and go. Like I said, you can be in there completely, silence. Nobody will even know you're there if that's the path you choose to be.
That's a Billy Joe Verdon right there. That's Billy Joe.
Is this dial-up friendly?
So, yes, but for the best experience, we obviously recommend good Wi-Fi connection. But again, anywhere in the world, you can be on your phone. If you got good 5G or whatever it is, you can be on the beach.
If I have an Oculus, can I put it on and walk around these?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
All right. Okay.
Someday.
Well, gentlemen, anything else you want us to know before we get you guys out of here?
I want to just say real quickly that it's really just going to be the camaraderie involved with all of us and all the Dent companies together, all us technicians together as one, and just making us more knowledgeable through each other, through education, through tools, through all these different things, and just bringing us all up in a way that, remember the days, guys, just very shortly ago that you didn't even share anything with guys? Nope, I'm not going to show them how to do that. Nope, not doing that. I love this change of the guard, and this could be a massive change of the guard.
Yeah.
And the start of helping everyone just get on the same page and bringing us up. I just love the last few years at MTE, how everybody's showing everybody everything. So
I'll show you some. I'll show you as long as you promise to keep your prices high.
Stop. That's it.
What? I wasn't going there. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Like, I got a bunch of local guys that keep contacting me for tips and tricks and whatever. Hey, where should I get this? And it's like, no. But it's like, but if you get your prices up, I'll help you. But if you keep charging $50 a car, I have no desire to help you.
Right.
Usually I found that when you point out all the things they need to do the business correctly and have the proper insurance and the proper marketing and all that, they figure it out real quick. I can't reach my retirement. I'm never going to retire at $50 a dent or whatever. So usually when you kind of help them get what they need to and open their eyes to what they need, that immediately they figure out how to raise their prices real quick.
Yeah. I've never broken anything. I don't need no dang insurance.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for reaching out and this opportunity. Love you guys all. This is just amazing.
And as we get closer, we'll have you back on and see where we're at and
fantastic.
See all that good stuff.
We'll have a lot more to show and tell and everything else. So
absolutely.
This is a huge thing to take on, and I'm impressed. Just the fact that you were even trying it is impressive to me. Honestly,
it's the biggest financial investment I've ever done. It's the biggest project I've ever taken on. Thank goodness I've got Don right there, leading the thing, and we've built an incredible team last year that it's just going to be amazing. So
that's good because Don has really deep pockets. So he can definitely help you out in that aspect.
Because they're empty. Yes.
Awesome.
So, but yeah,
Love you
just
guys. Thank you.
and again, this is for everybody. So, and anybody has questions, whatever, please reach out and just understand that I'm answering them all as quickly as I can. So
There for you.
But
and
just
I don't have all the answers, so I have to find out a lot of times and then get back to you and stuff. So
Gotcha.
DentRepair.com, go to the contacts. That'll be a fast way to send that off. Throw out any questions.
And both these guys are all over Facebook. So if you have any questions, contact them on there.
definitely. And again, everybody watch, watch for all the different promotions that companies are doing around the February 7th date. So you don't miss out on any of that. And again, we're going to try and structure that so that if you go to dentrepair.com, you'll see helpful links and see what's going on so that you don't miss out on some of the great tool manufacturers and stuff like that. They're big promos and everything. So we're going to try and help unify that way.
If you get confused as to where to go, you can reach out to me. I'm happy to always tell you where to go.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Awesome seeing you guys. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay on.
Thank you.
You boys.
Well, that was the Dream Team from Dream. Oh, we still have John right there. The Dream Expo. And we'll be checking in with them in the future, obviously. And if you go on Facebook, I'm sure they'll be posting plenty of things in the Dent forums, including ours at PDR Tool Time. So make sure you check that out as well. Any closing thoughts or the concerns or
you know what? I kind of I had a preview of this with my wife, like I was saying earlier, and I was really, really impressed with it. And I think I talked to you, Vince, about it, maybe.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is really well done. So the software that they're going to be using is really polished, and you literally walk into a lobby, and it looks like a lobby, and then you go up to booths, and it looks like a booth.
Now, when you say you walk up, like, do you have like your little sim, and he's just like walking? Like your little Wii character. Your little Wii character.
You want me to mute you? I'm going to mute you.
No, I'm being serious. I have no visual. When you say, "Oh, you walk in," what does that
It's a
freaking mean?
virtual world. It's just like a video game.
I have to say, I'm going with Hudson on this one. You guys are saying walk in, but it looks like you're clicking in, and then it's on your screen is the lobby.
It's like this. It's like a first-person shooter without a gun. And
It'd be so much better if we could shoot people.
Right.
with paintballs.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd have to edit this.
It's just like, first-person shooter or any of those things, and it's just virtual. But just watching my wife, navigate her expo, I was getting the feeling I was at an expo. So it's as close as we're going to get in this world right now. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to it. I miss it. I want to jump full in head first.
Okay. Well, do keep in mind everything that we did show on the screens here, because this was recorded 1 week in advance, has probably been upgraded and improved upon just a little bit, but that website will stay the same. And yeah, I think it's going to be, pretty cool. And maybe it's a chance to see vendors who could never haul everything over from overseas.
Yeah.
So,
and another thing that, from what it sounds like, is you have more access to the actual tool manufacturers. It may be a digital thing, but one of the hardest things, like if Stanliner joins, right? Say Stanliner joins. Who's been by the Stanliner booth? It's impossible to get near those guys. It's packed the entire time. Back in the day, like Sal Contreras with his Dent dial, I remember that booth being slammed. There's been all those instances where things were just slammed, and like to have a conversation with the people that made the tools or manufacture the tools, it was impossible. This sounds like it's going to be more feasible.
You know what? I know of little tiny tool, like tool companies that have only one tool, and this is their opportunity to shine.
Yeah. I'm only concerned that there's cost involved for those little companies. The cost involved as a vendor, because I know some of the vendors, some vendors have overhead. Say you're a big tool company, and
yeah, but Vince, think about this though. If you're doing MTE, you got the flight there, you got the hotel,
sure,
you got the shipping,
sure,
you got the handling fees, you got tons and tons of fees. Here you got one simple price. And
right.
If you can't afford that, then you don't deserve to be in business as far as
but you're also taking a gamble because we don't know. This is the first time it's
life
ever
is
happening.
a gamble.
I get it, but like how many tool companies showed up to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have
Not
all the companies
hit it out of the park. How many people showed up to World Cup?
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things like that.
Vegas was awesome though.
I know, but like it was the first one, and people are a little bit skeptical. They'll wait away from the first one and wait for the second one to see.
Well, hopefully we've done our job to make it, it more comfortable. And we'll do more investigation. We'll give you more information as things progress, and hopefully we'll paint a better picture. We'll have some virtual walkthroughs to show you guys. I'm all for it. I hope everybody else is.
Okay, so just before we end the show, we're at the 53-minute mark. It's running a little bit later. Any other tools or tech tips or anything that you guys found out there that might be helpful for our listening audience?
Old school. This is a tech tip that I used the other day. That is old news, but it's one of those things that it wasn't fresh on my mind, and then I thought of it like halfway through the repair. I'm like, oh, I can do this, and I did it, and it was like so much better. I was working on a 50s model Chevrolet truck hood, and it's just one big huge panel. It doesn't have like the glued down braces, and so I was blending this thing out with some heavy hits, and it was moving. The metal was moving so much and vibrating so much that it was hard to see what I was doing half the time. I'm like, crap. And then I remember, take my Magnatech mat and put it on there.
There you go.
So I put my Magnatech mat on there, and all of a sudden, gone, all vibration gone. I could see everything.
Did you put it on the top side or the bottom side?
I put it on the top side. I just cleaned the panel really good and just put it on there, and it completely removed all those vibrations, and I was able to see exactly what I was doing and be way more precise, and it worked better. So
on everyday vehicles, box sides are the best place to use that.
Yeah. Oh, I do have
box sides are like a drum.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I do have blue now. The blue is now going to be a staple. So if you're thinking about it, some people didn't want red or green or black, but we have blue now.
What kind of blue? Are we talking royal blue? Are we talking navy blue?
I don't know. What blue would you call it?
It's Dent Shark blue. It's Dent Shark blue.
A light blue,
Dent Shark blue.
It's a pretty vibrant blue. It's nice.
Yeah.
You know what? It'd be better if you just sent me one and then I can describe it.
It's about the color that's on Vince's sleeve right there.
Yeah, that's purple.
Or it's blue. It's showing blue through the screen. Your wall is purple.
Hey, congratulations, Vince. You have finally made it in the industry as a tool manufacturer.
Why is that?
Because some cheapo knockoff company put your product in their knockoff.
I know, right? They totally ripped you off.
You are big time, baby. You are big time. Your video showed up.
At that.
I've reported it to Facebook, and Facebook's like, yeah, it's whatever. So they're making money off of that advertisement, so they don't care.
Yeah.
It's clearly different than the product they're selling, and completely different.
Total
clickbait. The cheap thing they're selling.
It's clickbait.
Yeah. So, gentlemen.
All right, guys, level up your tools.
What? Speak up, Daniel.
Level up your tools.
What your tools, huh?
Level up your tools.
Got it. Okay.
Don't do stupid stuff. Make sure your computer works.
Embrace the crazy like a, brand new video online conference.
And keep it stiff.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection of just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.